broadcast network, AFTERBUZZ TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your number one source for after-show entertainment. AFTERBUZZ TV, the destination for TV superfans, producing aftershows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows, interviewing celebrities and showrunners, and bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Kaufmann. Now, let the buzz begin!
I like that. That's it. That's it, and that's all. We're here today, everyone. Welcome. Welcome to the Gotham After Show here at AFTERBUZZ TV. Episode 16, The Blind Fortune Teller. Don't forget, guys, to check us out on AFTERBUZZ's YouTube channel, iTunes channel, SoundCloud. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter. I'm your host, Ryan Hooks. Right there. To my left, Monse Bolanos.
Hi, everybody. Yes, right there.
It's right there. That's right. It's literally right here.
Yeah,
It says Monse Bolanos.
just read it. That's
Just
where
read
you
it.
can find
Type
me.
it in the internet, and you'll find us and learn all about the fun things that we do here at the Gotham After Show and many other things.
He's not lying.
To her left, on the bottom, it says Nando Velasquez.
It says that, not Joy Sajori, but Nando
Oh,
Velasquez.
yeah, no Joyce Joy today.
Yes.
It's a little less pretty in here than usual. I apologize, Nando, but
I apologize for that,
you
too.
know, it is what it is. Thank you for joining us. To his left, Steve Kaufmann.
It's Steve Kaufmann. That's at Steve Kaufmann, Kaufmann, for those of you listening to us, which is still the majority.
No,
right?
I much prefer to point at things that people cannot actually
just-
see. Be like, no, it's right here below my finger. Aren't you?
For all those
are you
people on
blind?
iTunes, he's actually pointing.
For all you blind fortune tellers out there who can't see, at Ryan Hooks 92 to the bottom. That's today's episode. Did you like that? How I did that?
I saw what you did there.
Who else thought when they had the title of The Blind Fortune Teller that this week the Blind Fortune Teller was actually the woman they brought in at the end of last week's episode?
I think we all felt
Yeah.
that.
they did a
That
little...
woman seemed alive.
And she
And
seemed like she was blind.
She was blind, and she was blind.
Yeah, and she didn't even come back. And I really thought that she was going to be like Fish's like new project.
Not at all. No,
Not
she's
at
totally
all.
gone. Yeah, totally tricked us. Oh, well, what are you going to do?
That
We
chick
actually
was
got
out.
like a lot of things this week in the very first 4 minutes of the episode. They had like every storyline was thrown at us in that first couple minutes so we could see everything we forgot about from last week.
Oh yeah.
True.
I want to talk this week first off about Lil Wayne because he was the very beginning. So he's doing his research, and we are brought back to Wellsine and the world of that we kind of have forgotten at this point. And he's trying to figure out all the different things that are going on, and he gets suited up.
I saw, yeah.
See, suited up to go to the board.
Yeah.
I'm glad that it finally happened. That's why I'm starting with it because I've been talking about Lil Wayne and the board for months,
And he made it.
and he finally made it.
Finally made
Thank
it.
you.
The end of
Like-
the damn episode, but he finally made it.
A couple weeks ago, people were tweeting pictures at us that he was finally at the board, and they're from this episode, and I'm very excited.
Lil Wayne threw down at the board too.
Yeah.
He really.
He's tough.
Youth has nothing to do with it. What did he say? My
Yeah.
youth has nothing to do with it.
My youth has
The
nothing to
only
do
thing that stops me with
from being a man. Or I'm not a
from being
man.
a
That's why I'm
man
here.
is not being able to be in charge of this board.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You go, Lil Wayne.
Yeah.
Dude, thrown down. But I'm interested to see because as we saw from the trailer for the next couple weeks, they've leaded up to the remaining 6 episodes of the season, and they're pitching all the stuff that's going to
It's
happen.
February. I hate seeing that. It's like, oh my God, it's going to end sooner than
Six.
you realize.
There are
Yeah.
6 episodes remaining in the Gotham show, which
Yeah.
means we have 6 more episodes of the Gotham After Show.
Good
Good
math.
job.
In case you couldn't figure that out yourself.
Wait, not 4?
No.
No, it's-
What
there's
you
6.
might you might have 4. The rest of us have 6.
Are you,
you better
are
start
you telling us that you're not
Brushing
going
up
to be
that
here for
resume
6?
now.
Is that what you're telling us?
All right, let's talk about this more. So we're getting back into the Wellsine. He wants to figure out what's going on with all the stuff that the board is doing, and he wants him to look into things. But I like that he didn't give him all the information. He's just like, I know things. Look into it.
I think he's bluffing, or semi-bluffing. I think he let on most of what he knows in that notebook.
So chemical weapons and underground affairs.
Yep.
Pretty much it.
Like, I think he's done enough unsubstantiated research to know what those things are, but he's just semi-bluffing the board because he knows they'll cave. Because he has the legal right and authority to become chair of this board and actually find out, and they don't want that, so they're gonna try to fix it, or kill him. Depending, I don't think anyone
They're
on
gonna
that
try to
board.
kill them.
I don't think anyone on that board seems too tough.
No, they have people.
It's the
Well, and you notice there was only like 2 main people that did all the talking.
yes.
Yeah.
So.
And we're both incredibly patronizing.
Oh, yeah, you're such a Little Wayne. As we call him Little Wayne, like we're any better.
But we do it in terms of endearment,
Oh,
right?
absolutely.
Like we say it in a positive way.
We like him that way.
We do.
Okay.
Lil Wayne, little bat boy.
Nando, what do you think?
Lil Wayne.
I think the Asian woman in particular was like,
Right?
Yeah,
It's like you and your pearls. Sit
Oh,
down.
you're so cute.
so cute, so adorable.
Oh, you have a suit on. Look at you like a little monkey.
the chair boy of the board. Look at you. You know, yeah,
boy.
exactly. So,
All right. Well, I think that's one of the storylines that I like the best now that they're getting into this Wayne stuff. I just feel like there's some interesting things that they can get into and expand upon, because obviously everyone that watches this is a fan of Batman and leads into the Batman things, and that's where this is going. So we want that. I do, at least. I don't know how you guys feel. How do you feel, Monse?
No, I agree. I'm glad that we're finally seeing him take on more than just being at home or being in Switzerland, whatever you're doing.
Or being in front of his fireplace that's always roaring.
That is always. How much wood do you guys burn? That's what.
Yeah, we were all just.
Yeah.
We were mentioning the
in-depth things we talk about. How much wood
Right?
does he use, I wonder?
real like.
You guys should watch the episode with us.
All right, let's go back to the underground world again, since we're talking about it, and get back into Fish's tank, if you will. I'm sorry, I thought it was hilarious. Like, so we had to bring it back.
Yeah, I love it. Fish's tank.
We made it 6 minutes without a pun. I just want to put it out there.
Hey.
But now Ryan has to
All
put
right, so
money in the pun jar.
let's say 6 minutes. And we'll see how long we can go to the next one.
Got it.
Less than 2 is my bet. All right, so we're back into the underground world, and now Fish is in control. She's taken over, and I like that she's like rallied the troops around her and literally rallied them around her at the end. And they're making demands to the people. Who there's only 2 guys with guns.
it's so
Right.
funny though. Her speech is so noble in her speech, except for like
Right.
some of you will end up alive, except for that little part, which was kind of funny.
Yeah.
But it was like something like out of Braveheart or General Patton,
Poor 57A, yeah.
rallying the troops. Yeah, exactly.
I think that's sometimes the things that I don't like about Fish's character, and I've talked about liking and disliking her. And I feel like sometimes she's very like theatrically over the top, and it just she was doing that tonight.
Although I felt that work.
You thought she was doing that
A
tonight?
little bit.
Really? I didn't see that at all. I felt that it was actually quite tamed compared to old Fish, and I mean that's the way it should be because she's in an underground world, and she is the head of it. But I totally thought she tamed it down compared to.
I want to know when
other-
we're gonna get the flashback to how she wound up there.
I don't think we are
Like because there isn't one.
because there isn't one
I think there
because
still
they didn't
has to
film
be.
it.
Just
it
assume
wasn't
bigger
written-
guy beat up littler girl and put her in the underground world.
I just think now if they bring it back, it would be no. Half the people would be like, "What are you talking about? We've already skipped that."
Fair enough.
I don't know if I care necessarily about how she got there as more as to why. Because we don't. I think
and
we'll
why.
find. I think we'll
You wanna
find.
know
I
everything.
want to know why. That is my thing. I like the information.
Yes.
But I think we'll learn when she goes because she's going to meet the manager.
Right.
You saw at the end of the episode. So I feel like when she meets the manager, then she's gonna learn about a few things about why it's there and what's going on.
Well, that manager seems to be the guy on the boat that she seemed to know.
The one that she.
The one that she was about to square off with, and then she just wound up in the. I need a flashback. Can we please get a
I'm gonna tell you now, I don't think it's filmed. I don't think that they. I don't see it happening. If not, it should have happened this episode.
You have 6 days, Gotham. 6 days to get me my flashback.
Just send it to him. Just
Well, there's got to be a
Let's see
good
when I just
reason.
make one.
Yeah.
If they're not going to
We
have one,
should.
there's got to be a good reason for it because it's a little confusing to see that jump.
Right, and that's why I say with the why. I don't need the flashback.
Yeah.
yeah.
Give me the
Okay,
explanation
yeah.
of why, and I don't need to see it actually happening.
And
Just
yeah,
tell
you're
me
right.
what
You should
happened.
get those answers when she meets the manager.
Yeah.
Little Wayne
Yeah.
went to Switzerland. He told me in 3 lines. Perfect. I don't care what happened to him 3 weeks ago. Great. Like that's all I need.
Yeah.
That makes my life better when I get those.
So
things.
Ryan wants the whys, and Steve wants a flashback.
Steve
I
needs
just
the
really
visual.
want to. I
A
need it.
flashback.
I need it just be. It needs to be shown.
We're gonna film it, like he and I. And
She's
we'll
gonna be
see-
Fish, and I'm gonna be the big guy.
Yeah, and then we'll film it, and we'll give you the flashback.
And we're gonna fight in the bedroom.
Oh, yeah, even though that's not where the scene took place.
Hey.
That was totally in her bedroom in that boat.
Oh, that's true.
In Ryan's mind. No.
That's true.
I'm
Ryan's
just leaving
right.
it out there as that. It's in
He's,
the bedroom.
he's right. But we're gonna do it. We're gonna give it to you.
Okay.
We're making it happen.
Oh, it's happening.
People are gonna call you out on this now.
I know. We had to do it, but in 6 weeks.
6 days.
6 weeks.
We have 6 weeks.
We can
6
do it.
weeks.
Yeah.
It's gonna be like the live action Peter Griffin chicken fight scene that they did.
Excellent. Perfect. That's
That
what
really
I want to
happened.
compare it to.
All right, there's okay, perfect. It'll be a live action fight scene, absolutely. Do you think that the manager is the same guy we saw on the boat?
You
Yes.
literally read my mind right now. That was my question that I was gonna ask. I don't know. I don't think it's the same guy on the boat.
I don't
But
think
I
it's
think
the
she
same guy on the
knows
boat
him.
either.
I think she's gonna know who he is.
Well, we see she's escaped, so we know that she's getting out.
I feel there should be a handful of people in this universe that can put Fish Mooney in a tank. Okay, so I'll put money in the pun jar.
4 minutes.
4 more minutes. But I think there should be few enough people in this universe that the guy in the red beret at the end of the episode 2 weeks ago, needs to be the manager. It needs to be the same person, or otherwise we'll dilute how many people can take Fish Mooney down a peg.
But think about it. This manager wouldn't get his hands dirty like that.
He has someone, yeah.
He has to have somebody. He wouldn't literally go to that boat to take fish out. There's no way.
The same reason he wouldn't go into the fish pit.
Yeah.
Okay.
This guy's very private. So he obviously is somebody who has people do all the dirty work for him.
I think it's Falcone.
No.
No, I don't think
he wouldn't be a manager. This guy, if Falcone is somehow behind it, it's got to be a
bigger,
layer.
yeah.
He's higher
Multiple
up.
layers.
Yeah.
He's
Do you
not
think it's
even
somebody
there.
that we know, maybe?
Is it Lex Luthor? Is it Lex Luthor? No. I'd be very
In all
upset.
I would be
seriousness,
upset too. I'd be upset too.
is it somebody that we maybe know already?
Who else could it be except for the mob bosses or Zsasz?
Yeah.
Maybe Zsasz.
Well, no, I
But
think
I doubt
she's
that.
far away. She was on a boat. She was on a boat in international waters. I think she's way far away in just another international
It's
villain.
like Hostel.
Yes.
So you don't think she's near at all, Gotham?
No, I think she's so far
Really?
So far
gone.
on her boat?
She's so far gone from Gotham, and her problem is too.
So
That's
do you think
what I
maybe-
think this is.
Do you think there's any incorporation to the League of Shadows?
Ra's al Ghul? Could be Ra's al Ghul.
Possibly.
Could be somebody reporting to Ra's al Ghul. Probably not. It's
I mean,
probably
if
a
we're
little
talking
more
about
contained.
being in a far-off land with a group
Yeah.
of people doing experimentations and that kind of stuff, that seems like a logical lead into that.
It could be Welzine's, and if we wanted to not contain it, it could be Welzine's offshore,
Yeah.
outsourced, experimenting, the really bad experimenting you can't even do on the Gotham people.
I mean, it's true. He does want them alive.
Yeah, they have to be alive,
So-
and they're sending them back blind with burned-out eyes. And
Or other stuff. That's
Well,
all we've seen.
I will say something even more weird. I'd say they're much closer than you might imagine.
I thought I never
They
thought
might
they
be
were far away.
I
I
feel
thought
like
they were
they're
in Gotham.
I would say they were under Arkham.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
yeah,
honestly
totally.
thought that the boat was just floating in the harbor. Like she never
Yeah.
sailed away. She just
We
got
don't know where
on the
she went
boat.
on
Right.
that boat.
Yeah.
yeah.
All seem acceptable.
Yes.
I'm down for underneath Gotham.
I'm sure we'll figure it out next
Arkham.
week.
Let's
In
hope
Gotham.
so. We better get some answers next week as to where they are.
You know what? And I guarantee in the next 6 weeks we will have all the answers that we need.
I like how
Yes.
you looked at your clock. Your
my
watch.
my watch that tells
The
me
next 8 years.
You know what?
we'll
drag it
figure
out
this
just a little bit.
Yeah.
You know. All right. So I'm going to talk about now my favorite thing that happened this entire week, and that's that Barbara has returned.
You were all about that.
You know what? I just like looking at her.
He had to pause it and then do a happy dance and then hit play again.
That smile
That
only
dance.
comes out
Oh,
when
boy.
Barbara
That's his
comes
Barbara.
out.
That's his Barbara smile.
For everyone that's listening to us, I'm dancing.
Yes, he's dancing.
Well,
Not very well.
They definitely took advantage of the short skirts for her this episode.
Yes,
Why,
they did.
why not?
Yeah.
We've been missing it for about 4 or 5 weeks now. And I love that she comes home and Ivy and Selena are just chilling in her apartment eating, and they got the fireplace going, and she doesn't even ask like, "Who are you guys?"
I
It's just
hate
like, "Where's
that.
Jim?"
Yes,
Okay.
exactly.
A couple
no
things.
She
questions.
does ask though, like later, like after she sits down and they start talking, but
She asks what?
well,
Who are
she
you?
she
No.
she goes, "So who are you?"
She's
But
never
then-
met these people.
Right, but there's no real. That's all we don't see them really interact or her really ask them who they
Okay,
are.
a couple questions that I'd like answered in this flashback, if they can.
Okay.
Where does Gordon live? Where's
No
Gordon?
idea. In his
Where's
car.
Gordon been
Yeah.
living the majority of this series? Because she left us pretty early. And why doesn't Barbara? Barbara has not met these people. Why is Barbara so nonchalant about people living in her
Yes.
house?
Didn't she meet Selena though?
She might have
She
met
may-
her briefly.
I think early on she might have met Selena.
She may have met Selena. Someone will call me out if I'm wrong. But I know for a fact she has not met Ivy.
For sure.
Right.
But they're both in her house, clearly living there.
Yeah.
And
Camped out.
she settles in pretty quick.
Right. They're camped out. They're
Well, I
living
think,
there.
and the first information we get that Jim has dropped off his keys. So I feel like that was like a distressing piece of information for her. So she had to take it in, sit down, and then because then she says, "Okay, so who are you?" And then they cut the scene.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I feel like if I came home and there was a couple of random people living in my apartment that were like teenage girls, I don't think I would be afraid.
what kind of life do you live, Ryan? But that's
Right?
not that's
It's just
It's Gotham.
that's par for the course. In
Yeah,
your
I mean,
life.
if I lived in this universe, so that would be like, especially like, you know, be like coming home and just being like a couple friends hanging out. Like, oh, how long have you guys been here? Cool, good to see you.
Well, this
Right.
person, Barbara, is not set straight. I mean, obviously, she does not have.
she doesn't
Does not.
care.
You might like looking at her, but she is not all up there.
That's
based
true.
on the past couple of episodes that we've seen her in.
Right.
Yeah, girl
Yeah.
is tripping.
Yeah,
We know.
exactly. So, I mean, any normal person would walk in, exactly, little snap, to this, what is that, the Z?
I
back
just
seat?
do the two. I do
Just
that
the
one
two?
and then that one.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
it should be 3.
It should be like 3. But,
I'm white.
but yeah, I mean, she is just, anybody normal who walks in and sees 2 people, homeless people camped out pretty much, would have a lot more questions than she did, instead of just
Right.
grabbing the cereal and just
joining
vegging
them.
on the couch.
And
yeah.
just staying there. Like, we saw them again, and obviously it was, what, days later? It wasn't the same day.
And she's taking advice from
So,
them.
yeah, you're taking advice from them? Like, you're tripping, girl. Straight up.
Also, this is a nitpicky thing, but who bought the cereal?
It was there.
If Gordon doesn't live there and those 2 kids are homeless, that's
Five
yeah,
finger
but
discount.
that cereal's
It was
expired.
$3.99.
Selena
Five-finger
knows how to
discount.
steal. Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
nitpicky. That's a nitpicky thing.
And that's a
Listen.
kid's cereal.
Besides, it was almost gone. So maybe they had been there since Barbara left. and
Then
they
that's stale cereal.
Yeah, but
How-
when you're homeless,
cereal really
that's
gets
the
stale?
least of your worries.
certain
Yeah, it
cereal is
does.
always stale.
Oh God, it's
Not
so
for a
stale.
while.
But it takes a while, but it
A
does
month or
get
2.
stale, and it's rough.
Well, they haven't. She hasn't been gone a month.
Struggle's
Something like-
real if you're eating stale cereal.
Struggle is real. If
Steve
you're
knows all about that
eating
struggle.
A
don't you?
lot
Yeah.
of preservatives in those cereals.
Absolutely. But anyway, so yeah, we find out that she's like basically trying to get Jim back now, and they're getting dress advice from the 2 little ones, which is cute. I thought that part was
Which,
cute.
yeah, they gave great advice there.
They
That
actually
is
did get-
not.
They did. They just. I got what they were saying. They're like, you want to look like you just
don't wanna look
happened to run
desperate.
into that,
Yeah.
into him. I got that. But the
Yeah,
whole sail thing,
that-
and she didn't look like she was going sailing.
I mean,
outfit.
Well,
maybe
don't
if she
forget,
was doing a
how
dinner
old is
cruise.
Selena? I mean, she's not going to really...
Hey, show your boobs and part of your ass, but not too much else, and just
Yeah.
look kind of nice. That's what Selena was trying to say.
She's not going to say, like,
She's
see, like, you're
13.
gonna meet someone to bang later. She wasn't going to say that. So, it's sailing.
She's not
That was
Bruce.
her code.
I'm just fascinated by this conversation.
Steve's out. You just watch.
I'm just enjoying the banter.
Nando and I are going to show you what kind of fashion's all about. Okay, Monzi?
Yes, please.
I did like the outfit. I did like the outfit
course
Barbara
you
had
did.
I didn't-
on.
but
It was a
I
nice
didn't-
little go-go
A
outfit.
duh.
right?
Duh. Everybody's gonna like the outfit.
But I
That's
saw
not the
her.
que- That's
but
not
I
what we're questioning.
but I saw her step out with that outfit, and I'm like, oh, is she going to go out on a night? Is she going to go to Oswald's
Yeah.
for a night on the town?
Yeah.
Like, 'cause that's the outfit she's wearing.
Totally.
Boy, it was like, oh no, I'm going to go and apologize to Gordon. It's like
In the locker room?
You should go and change.
In the lockers.
I did like the second outfit better than the first one, though. The first
Yeah,
one was
the
a little bit.
second-
With
Wait,
the
you
dangly-
liked which one
I didn't
first?
like
The second
I
one.
didn't like the one she wore at first, where they told her to change with like the dangly strings.
That's what we're talking
Oh,
about.
yeah.
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 The second one was way classier.
Yeah,
It was classier.
classy dress for a
But it
classy.
showed a little... The first one showed a little more skin.
The definition of classy between male and female is way
Regardless, she shows up at GCPD and finds the Gordon and the good doctor
getting it on.
getting
Which-
busy.
Which we've been waiting for.
Well, the doctor gets pretty excited about all the things they're doing, so why not?
We've been waiting for that exact moment
Oh yeah,
of Barbara to find them.
together.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, oh my God, why would Gordon move on? It's only been 6 months. Like, it's only been a reasonable amount of time for a man to move on.
And she was getting some herself on the side.
Yes.
She
From her
totally
ex.
was.
She was
Yeah,
totally
we
getting
haven't,
some.
we haven't seen Montoya and Alan at all for a while, but they're supposed to be coming back.
They have to be coming back.
Yeah, eventually.
I hear there's some
I
stuff
guess
down
they're
the
just
pipe
not
for them.
needed. I guess they're just not needed at the moment. So,
Well,
There's
they're
no
doing other
major
stuff.
crimes going on in Gotham right now.
well, not
that involve Gordon.
Nothing with Gordon involved.
Got it. All right, so let's keep on keeping on then here. So
All right, all right.
all right. You're distracting me. The major plot line of this week's episode is all about the blind fortune teller episode, if you will, at the fair. We get
At the circus.
Yeah.
we get the date at the circus fair, whatever. You know what I mean.
It's
A little different.
It's a little different.
It's Haley's
little bit.
Circus. Haley's Circus actually has a lot of history in the DC universe. It says this Wikipedia article that's up, and I have not read.
Perfect.
But yeah,
But it's right in front of your face. And you're just
CC
telling me.
Haley
It's
and
in the
Norton,
Wicca,
the
yeah.
CC Haley and Norton Brothers Circus. That it's in Earth 2, Earth 1, New Earth, and Prime Earth. exists in all those DC universes.
Well, then I apologize to the DC universe and the New Earths.
the New Earths and the Old Earths.
The circus is in town, and we got to see right off the bat, which we were hoping to see, the Graysons.
Oh yes.
Yeah. Well, sort of. We get Grayson father, and soon to be Grayson mother. Early on, but they later end up together.
That was pretty obvious when we saw that.
Straight up obvious.
Yeah.
They were bickering like a couple and that kind of stuff. So anyway, we get this body that's being found, or missing rather, of Lila, the circus snake handler. And this is information that's kind of interesting that we get actually from the doctor instead of from Jim, because they're talking to her and they're having all that good time getting patched up medical after this fun circus fight.
Well, I think that's a really nice subplot within this main plot is Tompkins wanting to be a part of the police force and really being passionate about wanting to solve crimes to the point where, they were on a date and she's like, and Gordon wants to get it on later on. And she's like, no. But
let's go find this bloody axe instead.
Yeah, but she's really good. She's really good at talking to people. She definitely has her
such a little
talent
sleuth.
there. Yeah, a little sleuth. But yeah, absolutely. So she ends up figuring out about Lila when Gordon couldn't. So she's actually very useful to him. That he doesn't realize it yet because he's still kind of, I think, trying to figure out how to do the relationship. Well, he's trying to figure out the relationship between professional and personal.
Do you think they're going to keep using her in this aspect where she's going to keep going on cases and helping him solve, and Bullock is going to phase out a little bit? Because Bullock was really non-existent this week.
Yeah.
I mean, very minimal.
Well, I think next week we're gonna get more Bullock and then less her. Like I'd hope they strike a balance.
Yeah, and I hope she goes back. Like, don't get me wrong, I enjoyed her going with him, but I hope they don't keep on that track.
She's the medical examiner.
Right,
She
like,
should be
go over there, have your
examining
story,
bodies.
like totally, give Gordon your advice and your opinions, but don't. No, I like Bullock and Gordon.
No, this works
saying-
out because
so you're saying
Nigma can examine bodies. She can go out with Gordon, and then Bullock can just hang out.
And Bullock loves hanging out.
and then
Yeah, for everybody.
she can bake pies.
I kind of want to see her in the Emmy office with Nigma a lot more too.
Yeah.
I want to see
Yeah,
Nigma
agreed.
harassing her.
That's-
You know?
I think that's going to be way better than her out in the field.
Yeah, I definitely want to see
Absolutely.
those two together.
So I like that they used the snake this week as well to find the body.
Who thought a snake could be a bloodhound?
Snakes have excellent sense of smell.
Yeah.
I guess
How
I
does
didn't
Gordon
realize
know that?
And he doesn't, and as a police officer, let that snake go. Just let it go.
How fast does that snake move? First off,
If that kid were a libertarian, his next question would have been, is this a request? Is this a voluntary exchange, officer?
Yeah.
Because libertarians are very uppity,
yeah.
very uppity about their rights when it comes to police.
but he's not a libertarian.
He's not. He's
We meet
circus
Jerome.
boy.
So what do you think about Jerome? Because we've been kind of waiting, and I'm really kind of bummed Joyce isn't here because we've been waiting for
I
Jerome.
know.
yeah.
She would have had a lot to say on the matter.
Well, from the first second we saw him, it was just pretty obvious who we were seeing.
Okay, so
It felt that way.
Well, from the spoiler last week.
in the spoiler, so in the scene at the end when they bring in Jerome with Cicero, and he gets very jokery. Do you think that was too much? Because he was very like not like that the rest of the episode. Blah 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 blah. All of a sudden he's like,
I mean,
Yeah.
"You are my father." And it got like really weird. I mean,
Yeah,
it was fitting for what the Joker and what you expect of the Joker as an adult, but I almost felt like it was too much.
But
too
I think, go ahead.
fast.
I feel like it would have been bigger and more impactful to us as an audience if they didn't tease it last week and didn't promote it all week.
Right? If we would have seen it
but
all,
of course,
it was there.
That if they had just been like, we're gonna get to see the Graysons, guys, it's gonna be the circus, and then at the end of the episode, we're like, oh my god, what? Like, I think it would have been incredibly impactful.
That would have been nice, but of course, network executives are thinking ratings. What's going to
Ratings.
bring
Yeah, like-
ratings? Let's say we're going to, reveal the
Tease.
Joker.
We don't want to make it better for the people that are watching it. We want more people to watch it.
Yeah,
Correct. Yeah.
So unfortunately, I feel that I don't know what this means for what the network feels about how they feel about Gotham. I mean, Gotham we know is renewed already, but I feel like if they had more confidence in the overall story, they would have the Joker origin or whatever be more of a slow burn. But I feel like bringing him so strongly in this episode toward the second half of
He's
season
gonna
one.
be a kid in Gotham, like
Yeah.
that, or he's gonna be a kid in Arkham. Like that is gonna ultimately be a very slow burn.
And what strikes me weird too is now we know that Joker. I mean, if this is true, Joker and Penguin are much older than Batman. It's something we never really thought. You never really think of age when you're reading the comics, but now like Joker seems to be like a lot older than Bruce, and Penguin we see as an adult. So it's interesting to see.
And then
the
Two-Face
Asian
as
dynamics.
well, and then
And
Enigma.
Two-Face.
Like they're taking liberties there that some people are just a little younger, and then some people are just the same age as Batman.
Yeah. Like Selena and Ivy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They can take those liberties there. I'm just happy we don't see fully formed Batman villains going after Gotham when there's no Batman, because that would ruin the show.
Right.
Because if Gordon can beat Joker, if Gordon can beat like full-fledged Batman villains, like, well, then
Why do we need Batman?
Bruce Wayne should just go to Switzerland and stay there.
Stay there. Keep
I
training.
feel like they
them.
have crime in Switzerland, right?
I don't think they do.
No, they're sort of
There's
in the
crime everywhere. I'm kidding.
There's crime everywhere.
they're sort of in the middle.
But they have that.
They don't
they
take
have-
sides?
But everyone has that knife.
Oh, yeah. The one knife. And I agree. I feel like I don't know. We're getting too much too fast. I think it's kind of.
But then we're not going to see them for like
I know,
8
I was
weeks.
just
That's-
gonna say, I was like, I
That's
guarantee
going to
we're
be
not
more
gonna see 'em.
annoying than not seeing them at all. I think.
The fact that they brought him in and now we're not
Yeah,
gonna
it's
hear
like,
about
oh,
him.
but here's the Joker. Like they're throwing everyone at us. And again, it's a network perspective.
Oh,
You got to
totally.
get the ratings. You got to get the people watching the show.
Yeah.
And we know they've been renewed, as you said. But then it's going to be. Now we're not going to see him for 8 weeks, and I'm going to be like, oh, what happened to the Joker? What happened to this guy? Where'd this guy get? And
When is Mr. Freeze coming?
when's Mr. Freeze coming?
I hear those a lot.
What happened to Ivy Pepper? And all that. And it's just going to be like, we're going to forget about it. And it's not going to be as exciting when they come back because they've already shown up versus having somebody that we have for a while and then have them go away altogether and bringing somebody else in.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. I mean, there's no reason to really show Jerome in the near future. I mean, I'm guessing they're going to throw him probably into Arkham, so that's about it. So we'll probably see bits and pieces of him from time to time, but that's about it. But it doesn't really serve anything else other than it was a nice stunt to bring viewers into
Yeah,
this
a
week.
viewer stunt. Exactly.
Yeah.
And it wasn't even like I said, I feel like it was a little over the top.
Although let's hope his character's more than just a stunt. I feel like we can see Arkham through Jerome's eyes, maybe, and that would give us something.
But then he would become such a bigger character.
But he'd be Jerome and.
But I mean, they could do the same thing they're doing with Penguin. He's a more central character to the show, and he's a driving force, but he's not the main character
Right, but you can't do that with him right now.
yet.
Yet.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But that could lead into season 2. I mean, 6 weeks from now,
yeah, that's true.
or 6 weeks after the season ends, when they come into season 2, that could be something they could use for
Also,
season 2.
can we decide on it right now? Is it Jerome Valeska, Jerome Carlson, Jerome Cicero?
We'll just leave it at Jerome, like Moses, Jesus, just the
Okay.
first name.
Joker has one name. Why can't Jerome?
Exactly.
And they both start with J.
Done.
And
We've made it.
so there you go.
I wrote Jerome with the G.
Oh, that's right. Oh, I was thinking Jerome with a J. I don't know.
It is
there
with a J.
It is with a J, right?
Dimitri.
Okay, guys.
Dimitri
It's the
Lavrov.
Latino version you wrote. I know.
Right.
Dimitri.
Jerome.
Yeah.
On Twitter, Dimitri, and I'm not going to get your last name.
Lazarev.
Okay.
I think. Or
There we
Lazarev.
go.
Yeah.
Tonight's episode was the best one yet. I thought Jerome was a good Heath Ledger Jr.
I agree. I'm not with you. I think that the way
What-
he laughed and all that came at the right moment.
I'm not mad at how he did it. I'm mad at the fact that he was very not like that, and then all of a sudden he finds out that his father is this character, and
Yeah.
that we will find out that he killed his mother. Then now all of a sudden he's psycho.
Yes, it
why
triggered
couldn't
it.
why couldn't he have been sort of psycho a little bit more throughout?
Because that's the point. That there's no logic to being psycho.
Says the psycho person sitting next to me.
Hijo de la, ni puedo, Nando.
Oh.
Pero for real. No, but seriously, there's no logical way to be a psycho. Something triggered it, and that's all it was. Obviously, he killed his mom. We didn't see that scene. Something triggered it. And when they told him that he was his dad and that, and he lost it a little bit, and he went a little cray-cray, it triggered it. I liked it. That's all I'm saying.
Well, he does have a pretty messed up childhood if his mom's actually banging clowns in the next room while she's yelling at him.
As long as she's not a nagging
Wait,
drunken
He
whore,
doesn't
then
even know
she's
his
fine.
dad is.
Yeah.
Wait,
Yeah.
guys, that's not normal.
Which part? There's
Yeah.
some normalcy to some of this. What?
It's-
Having sex with clowns in the other room? That's fine. You can do that.
So wait, so
Okay,
so
cool.
technically Joker ends up becoming a clown. So is there some kind of
Freudian
weird
thing?
Freudian thing with Jerome
Possibly.
becoming clown-like when his mom was banging clowns?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nah.
Wonder how I got these scars. No? Nobody wants to know?
No, we're good.
No.
We're
Right.
good.
Right.
We'll just guess.
Well, and it was cool. I'm glad they introduced him, but at the same time, I feel like now I'm going to be mad that I'm not going to see him for 6 weeks.
Well, maybe we will see him.
We probably will.
Maybe we'll see him more often than you think.
All right, let's
Just
keep
like
let's
little
keep
bits.
talking about the other plots that are more important than this, which is nothing.
Also, Marcus G, who is at Paradox Kid. Hi, guys. Would you have liked to have seen what Victor said to Butch to sway him?
Yes.
Yes.
You want to see a flashback?
I don't even need
And
a
that needs to
flashback.
be in.
The
We should just
flashback
call
in there.
this Steve's flashback, and it
There you go.
explains some.
There's
Everything
an
that Steve wants
there's
to
an
know.
entire
Explains all my
episode of
questions.
flashbacks of just things you want to know
Just
about.
questions I've had on this show.
Why not?
Where,
Well-
it's like where Gordon lives.
Yeah, well, it is interesting. I mean, we had Drew Powell, who played Butch on Spotlight,
came on
on,
Spotlight on.
and he said he was teasing that there was a lot for him to do in the second half of the season. So, in no way did I expect something like this, him being brainwashed by Zsasz. So, really curious to see exactly how brainwashed is he, and
He's not.
I-
you
He's
know,
not. I
and
don't
what,
buy
he,
it.
what
I don't
he's
buy
doing
it
with the
either.
Penguin. Yeah,
Yeah,
You don't
it's
buy
all
it?
an act. Yeah.
I think he's too smart for that. I agree that he's
I think
not.
Zsasz.
Yeah.
I think Zsasz is too smart for that. I think Zsasz sees enough value in Butch that he never actually tortured him, and just explained, no, if I keep you away for a while and then pull you back up, and
But-
you just have to go with it, and you have
That's
to
a-
truly convince him that I brainwashed you.
That's a bit of a go, though. I mean, you saw him dancing. I mean,
But-
I think a Butch guy, no pun intended. Maybe pun intended.
Well, so
wouldn't
here's
just
a
dance like
question
You
for
gotta put
that
it in the
then.
jar, though.
I do.
Boom. I agree that Butch dancing was a little over the top. However, relevance to what you just said. So if he explained to Butch and Butch agrees to help, what is the benefit of this for Butch and Victor? Because obviously now Penguin is protected by Falcone. Victor works for Falcone. So is there some end game where they're going after Penguin or Falcone?
They're probably.
I can't see Zsasz being. I don't think
don't-
Zsasz
or they're-
cares about that.
No, I
Yeah.
don't
Yeah,
either.
Zsasz-
Zsasz is a money guy.
Yeah.
Zsasz doesn't care about that, but I think Zsasz would want. Zsasz wouldn't. I think just brainwashing Butch to do whatever Oswald tells him is pretty useless.
Right.
Zsasz seems a little smarter than that. I think Zsasz wants to have Butch be one of the pawns that if Fish comes back and does take over the city, Zsasz wants to be on the right side of that.
Zsasz just wants to make money, I think.
Yeah, Zsasz just
I don't think he cares about sides.
I like regardless of the three people who are vying for Gotham, Zsasz just wants to keep where
Working.
he is.
Yep.
Yeah, keep working.
And
Falcone-
Monse, you said this when we were watching the episode that you could see him being brainwashed, but then when Fish comes back,
Yeah, he's like
that he
that's the snap.
that snaps him out and
Yeah.
he's unbrainwashed.
Yeah, he loves Fish. He put his life in front of
He
hers.
saved her
like,
life.
like he loves Fish, and he could be faking it, or like you just said, like I said when I was watching, he probably is a little brainwashed now, and then Fish comes back, and it's like snap out of it. That's my
She
that's
smacks
my
him
boss
around a little
lady
bit.
right there. My Fish.
Gives him the slap. Pow.
Yeah.
Get it? See what I did there? I plugged it in.
No, that just happened. Yeah.
The slap.
Got it.
Okay.
Those listening did not see that, but
Well, maybe they've seen the ads for the TV show, The Slap.
oh, the slap.
That's where I was going with it. The
okay.
slap. All right. So the whole episode, then we get this. Finally, the blind fortune teller as well, which we haven't really talked about. Cicero comes in and gives this little bit of information to Gordon, who's really skeptical about everything. Essentially, talking about the Iron. What is it?
Sisters.
The Iron Sisters.
Servant
did you write it down?
of the
Garden-
devil lies in the garden of the Iron Sisters.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
I appreciate you.
You're welcome.
That was nice of you.
Oh, anytime.
They figured out that it's the park below the bridge because of the buildings that are over top of it. And they find this hatchet. And we're talking about the Hellfire Club as well. Do you think we're going to get anything else with the Hellfire Club?
I hope so.
Because Gordon seems to think they're gone and they're not coming back. The way he was all like, no, that's not right.
Right.
I mean, it was a red herring. It was supposed to be a red herring. So, Gordon figured out that Jerome put the initials on the axe. So I don't know if that's a clue
How
whether
do you
they're
figure
coming
that
back
out?
or
That
not.
seemed, he just was all like, I got it. I figured it. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, he's a detective. It was
Yeah,
it
he
was
is.
kind of like,
Job.
especially with Tompkins there. It's kind of like here,
Showing off.
About time
Yep.
for me to show off a little bit, and I figured it all out. So
Shut your mouth, lady. I
Yeah.
got this.
Although let's stick up for some blind seers, some blind fortune tellers. Let's say he wasn't lying, and he was spoken to by a dead person. Man, that sucks because he's gonna go away as an accessory in a murder now.
Yeah, like say that really did happen.
Like if before the term where Cicero obviously was protecting his son, where it's like, man, that really sucks if he was talking to dead people, and then he just winds up locked up because he was trying to send a message to the police via a dead person.
Yeah.
That would be kind of sucky.
Wouldn't that be sucky? That's
Like I just came to help you guys out, and you're gonna lock me up for this?
God.
Stupid people. Hey, also don't forget to follow us on the SoundCloud
Yes,
and the iTunes and the YouTube.
all the things.
All
Yeah.
the things that we
And
talk
rate
about.
it,
And
rate
watch us on YouTube, and you'd know, and it took me this long to realize, but that Monse and Ryan clearly coordinate their colors.
But not.
I mean,
Oh, kind
purple.
of.
Wow.
Perfectly.
Oh, kinda.
Come on.
You could wear his tie.
The back of my vest is actually purple.
Oh, there you go.
Which also
Kinda.
matches the tie, which also
The
matches.
tie, my lips. I
Oh,
guess.
whoa.
We didn't even plan this one.
This one, every other week.
After the fight scene that we taped in the bedroom, this is what we put on.
Yeah.
You know, this might be jumping around a little bit, but speaking of wardrobes,
Do you wanna match with us next week?
I want to match with you guys. No, but speaking of wardrobes, I just want to mention when we were talking earlier about Mr. and Miss, the future Miss Grayson, you know, Miss Lloyd,
Yeah,
and Mr.
yeah, their wardrobe.
and Mr. At least her wardrobe, her circus wear looked very similar. I thought it was a lot of triangles involved, but hers really had the Robin colors.
Yeah.
You
So
did.
I think that was a really good clue. you know,
Subtle?
or
That was a
subtle
nice
in the
subtle
earlier.
one instead of the ones that always slap us in the face, like the Scarecrow in the background and the Joker's mug and
Yeah.
you know the things we talked about last week.
Yeah.
Or when Selena's like, they call me Cat. Like
Just
that.
call me Cat.
Call me Cat.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, you're a cat now, are you? You know, and I agree that was a cool little subtleness that they added in, and I like that we found out about this like feud between their families that was over a horse.
Over
It's
a
like
horse for
three generations.
Aren't they all?
Yeah,
Aren't all feuds between families
About a horse.
about a horse?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go see a
Romeo
man
and
about a
Juliet,
horse.
about a horse. Everything.
Just gonna go see a man about a horse. That's it, and that's all. All right, hey, so what else do we need to cover this week? I feel like we got it.
We nailed it.
Well, I guess we didn't really talk much about Falcone and Maroney, you know, having that agreement. Oh, that was from last
last
week.
week.
I
That was
guess,
yeah,
right?
that
That
was
was more
last week.
last week.
You're way behind.
Oh, I am behind. I was watching last week's episode earlier today. Yeah. Other than creepy, the creepy musical accompaniment in
Oh, yeah, Carol Kane and-
yeah, Carol Kane doing
Actually, so that
Oh, yeah.
the last song, the violinist, I don't know if this is the same person, but that's an actual song. It's like a famous song. It's on Pandora. If you do like any kind of like techno-y type music, and there's a person who plays techno violin, and that was the same song.
Oh, wow.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Sweet.
I've heard it before on Pandora. I don't know who it is. Lindsay something, I think, is her name. But
Oh, okay, interesting.
To the
more you
internet.
for those of you who ever want to listen to Chromeo Radio on Pandora and get some techno funk, get that lady's violin song. That's in there. I swear I've heard it for reals.
Sterling.
She's
What's
probably-
that?
Lindsay Sterling.
Is that
Lindsay-
is it Lindsay Sterling?
Yeah, she's like a phenom.
Lin-
It's
Lindsay,
probably her.
Lindsay Sterling probably also has a SoundCloud.
I bet she does. You should follow her. All right. So then we need to figure out what we think is going to happen next week because it's time for predictions.
Dun, dun, dun.
Unfortunately, we're in the B studio with no flashy lights.
You're after
A little bit.
Flashy lights.
A little bit.
Ooh,
Don't
check.
hate.
I'm just kidding.
But he's not.
I'm not. I love the flashy lights are my favorite part about the AfterBuzz TV prediction section of the
Oh, I
show.
didn't write any predictions. All right.
Oh, well, so we know there's 6 episodes left. We get a shout out to Red Hat coming up here. Hint on that. Bruce is going to get crazy. And everything with Bruce is going to get crazy because they're going to go after him,
Yeah.
try
Yeah.
to take him out. So that's some of the stuff they showed in the preview because that preview was very intensive for the next 6 weeks. I think they're trying to like
That's what it looked.
broad spectrum
Oh,
preview.
well, it said 5 weeks till the season.
So 6 weeks.
So,
Yeah, 5
but,
weeks
Like,
of
I
the
feel like this preview were 5 weeks, and they're like,
Oh.
They
all of
teased
this is leading to one episode.
so watch
and then-
for 5 weeks and then watch this one
Yeah,
episode.
like so. All these previews are those 5 weeks. So I didn't see anything from Arkham, so I feel like the Arkham Wellsine stuff might be a little ways down the road. Now that they have a season 2,
Possibly.
I don't have.
Well,
Any
we got to assume that
predictions.
we're going to get more with Bruce and the board and checking up with them. Because
Yeah.
he said
Oh,
I'm
we
going
have to get
to
way more
follow
of that.
at the
Oh,
next
yeah.
meeting because he said he's going to do legal actions
And he said he's going to chair the board.
soon.
Or did he say soon? I'm going to chair.
Well,
I assumed he
at-
was like
at
At
some
the
point.
next shareholders meeting, but they didn't say when. I don't think. Right?
Yeah, I don't think they said when.
No.
That's usually quarterly, so
yeah soon.
very soon.
Yeah.
Sweeps probably.
Sweet week.
I feel like I don't that's the maybe you're excited about that. I'm not as excited about Bruce because I feel like if we see him causing too many waves, they're gonna have to send him away. He's got to have a fall from grace or something.
Well, I know, and I think
He's
that
gotta
sets
get
him
sent
up.
away eventually.
That sets him up leaving
yeah.
Yeah.
and going off and doing.
Do we
his,
want him to leave? Do we want him to leave and then start all his training and everything?
He needs to meet Baby Ra's al Ghul.
who is probably involved in this prison thing?
Yes. It's just a 9-year-old. It's a 9-year-old Liam Neeson is what I'm imagining.
I'm gonna find you.
And
I'm gonna
I
kill
will
you.
It's I will kill you.
I will kill you.
There you go.
And then I will take your cookies. He's 9
Well,
years
I
old.
kind of almost want. I kind of want this to be a really slow. I want the board to be a really slow burn.
Yeah, I agree.
You just like the slow burn, don't you?
Well, I think things are better when it's
You've
slow
been
burn
watching too much
sometimes.
Walking Dead. They're just dragging it out now.
Oh God!
that's
Don't
true.
talk to me about that. That's different.
But no,
That's totally
I don't
different.
think it's because we're stretching it out. I just think that realistically, that wouldn't move that fast.
Yeah.
Realistically, it wouldn't go.
And there's
It's-
so many other things that we can fast play.
and
more.
there's so many things that he's gonna find out about, like
Yeah.
slowly. Yeah.
Yeah,
And-
I'd rather
and-
see Gordon finding everything else about Wayne Industries, through his cases, than see
Than
Bruce uncover it
Bruce
with
get
the
it.
board. Yeah.
Well, I think no.
We'll go both.
Gordon's given up on this case because of
Bruce told him to stop.
But I
it.
think he's
Well, 'cause
still
the cat-
gonna. I think he's still gonna fall into it somehow.
Yeah.
Everything's
Probably.
related. All the mob stuff seems to be related to the Waynes and stuff.
It'll come back around.
And it all seems to just be money and not money. Barbara Keene seems to know a lot about it. Mm-hmm. Like now that
And
Barbara's
we
back,
definitely have to, I want to see that. That's for sure my prediction that we're going to see some kind of interaction between Barbara and Gordon.
Oh yeah.
And
Definitely.
her calling everything out about Dr. Tompkins and all that jazz that's going down.
Actually, I just did think of a prediction. I think we're finally going to see some Barbara and Falcone, or Falcone's men, or Barbara knows something about the criminal underworld just from coming from money, and we're eventually going to get to, we're going to get to see that in the next 5 weeks.
I think that's a good prediction.
That's
I like
my
that.
one prediction.
I like that prediction.
Yeah.
I think Selena and Ivy are going to keep living there.
Yes.
I think that's
a
kinda
s-
cool.
They have a sweet deal. I
Yeah.
think they could get like jobs and life could go way better for them. They'll probably still live at that apartment for free because that's a
Yeah.
sweet gig.
I would live there
Me too.
I'd
a
give
nice
her.
view.
I'd give Barbara all the fashion advice in the world.
all day. Girl, I'll tell you, you look good all day. Let me live here.
And I
Girl, you
think
look
they'll
good
start
now.
getting some cats. I think they'll start getting some cats in there.
Oh, gotta get some cats in.
Yeah,
I
some
think there are
dogs. I think they're more of dog people. They're gonna get some dogs.
Oh yeah, sure.
totally.
Yeah,
You're
right.
not funny.
Yeah, that wasn't funny.
Do it. I started to wait
I
for
think,
it.
I think my big prediction was really, I really do think that the underground mole people, with going for parts, I really think has
They're at
something to
Arkham?
do with Arkham. I really do think that's something.
And that's
more
going to be a way to
closely
link us
related.
back, I think.
Yeah.
Leading up to a finale where there's something major with Arkham.
Mm-hmm.
I think so too.
Yeah.
I agree. Cool. Is that it? And that's all?
That's about
Everything's
it. Yeah.
linked
That's
together.
it, and that's all. Don't forget to follow us on YouTube, SoundCloud, iTunes, all that good place. Hey, I want to know more about everyone else on this panel. So, Steve, why don't you tell me where I can find you?
You're not following me? You can follow me on.
I'll follow you out the door.
You can you can follow me on Twitter. That's a pun jar. You can follow me on Twitter. That's at Steve Kaufmann, KAUFMANN. I host Suits on Thursdays, Modern Family on Wednesdays, and wrestling pay-per-views once a month.
Cool.
Hey.
And you can
Nando?
find me on Twitter and Instagram at Nandovel, Nandovel. And when I'm not covering for Joyce, I'm doing Walking Dead on AfterBuzz with her on Sunday nights, or you can find me doing Scorpion with Monse every other Monday, it seems like.
Yeah.
Every third week.
And I got like Bates Motel returning and some other stuff returning shortly. So
I'm
which
happy
will be
to know
awesome.
that show's returning.
Yeah, next month.
Hey, Monse Bolanos.
Hi.
¿Qué
You guys,
pasa?
¿Qué pasa? You guys can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Monse Bolanos, MonseBolanos. You can catch me with Nando on the Scorpion panel, and also when the Last Ship and Murder in the First return, I'll be doing that too. You can also catch me on Monday through Wednesday on Latino TV.
I like how you say Latino.
Latino TV.
Latino
You have to
TV.
like get we're Latino. And it's like, oh girl, Latino. All right, and as always, you can find me at RyanHooks92 on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Snapchat. Right there. It's spelled exactly how it looks. Guys, thank you for tuning in to this AfterBuzz TV episode of Gotham. We'll be back next week for episode 17.
Cray.
And for the next 6 more weeks after that until we're done.
All the things.
All day, every day. Guys, thank you so much. We'll catch you next week.
Bye.
Bye.
Executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff. We would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.